when they come alive, men will judge them and put them to death. That's what he's talking about. That's what men will do, but they will live in the Spirit. In fact, it reminds me of that verse over there in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. I've brought it out with this so many times. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 11. For we which live are always delivered unto death. That's being put to death in the flesh. For Jesus' sake, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our mortal flesh, and that's quickened by the Spirit, isn't it? So then, death worketh in us, so that life can work in you, Corinthian dead elect, and you can come alive and you'll learn to die too then. Now go back over here to 1 Peter 4. But the end of all things is at hand. Lordy mercy. Goodness gracious. That's a wonderful verse. But the preterist out of the clear blue sky, the end of all things is at hand. God decided to quit talking about what Peter had to say and just get kind of very erratic in his conversation. No, he did not. He's still in the same... Why would he be talking to us about have excessive, abominable idolatries in our life, and now we don't walk in the same excess? We're maturing and growing up, and we'll give an account to God who judges the quick and the dead. And for this cause was the gospel preached to those that are dead, the dead elect, that they might be judged by men, and men will put them down and judge them and put them to death. But they'll live according to God in the Spirit, and then God just gets crazy. But the end of all things is near. That's the most insane doctrine, the preterist doctrine, to think this is talking about preterism. Okay, 70 AD is about here. Here we are somewhere about 55 AD. Okay, let me just get somewhere off the wall. The end of the generation is near. They say that God just went off the deep end, went off somewhere out in space, and says the end of all things is near. Or end of all things is at hand. At hand means it's near. At hand. He is not talking about preterism, the end of... I've gone through this. I've gone through preterist verses. I'm going to have to spend some time on this. I haven't made this real clear yet. We've gone through those preterist verses. I'll give them to you real quick. Matthew 10:23. This is a preterist. Let me write these down. This is what the preterist... These are some preterist verses. Preterism, a preterist verb, preterite verb, P-R-E-T-E-R-I-T. Preterite verb is a past tense verb, past tense in the Hebrew. That's a past tense. These preterists say, let me see if I can make this clear. The preterists say that when... Gosh, how can I connect this all together and make it simple? I can't. They say that when Jesus came to the apostles in Matthew 24, and they said, and the apostles said, they went and showed him the temple, and Jesus said, the time will come where that one of these stones will not be left upon another. And his reference was to 70 AD when Titus would come in about 35 years later and level the temple. And then the apostles asked him, what will be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Well, you have two words for world, A-I-O-N, and a variation of the word A-I-O-N-O-S, ionos. This is the word world. And then you have the word cosmos. When they said, what will be the sign of thy coming, of your coming, parousia, physical arrival. I've said this, but I want to make it real slow to you. Why would the apostles be asking Jesus, when is he coming back? just because they want to see him come back and appear for a few minutes? The preterists say that in 70 A.D., that Jesus came back and made an appearance in the temple in Jerusalem. And that there was a flash of lightning across the temple, and that was as the lightning shines from the east to the west. Boy, you would be surprised how many people believe that in America and how many doctors of theology preach that. Well, they take this aion, and they say that means an age, or it means to the end of an age, to the end of an age. And they say an age is like what they call a generation. They say that's an age. Well, what's the end of this age? Oh, you mean all the problems in the Middle East and all these financial problems in America? When is this all going to end? Oh, somewhere around 2040. We'll come through all this and the world will calm down and we'll be through the end of this age. They say an age is like what they call a generation, but generation doesn't mean that. So they say they was asking Jesus, what's going to be the sign of thy coming and of the end of this age? That's what they're saying. Now, why would the apostles be interested? They're going to live 50, 60 years. Why are they interested when this age is going to end in 70 AD? Why would they be interested in 70 AD and the temple is going to be destroyed? Why would they be interested in that? Why are they even asking Jesus this question? Because he said, I'm going away, and if I go away, I'll come again and receive you unto myself. That where I am, there you may be also. And they said, Lord, when are you coming back? They weren't saying, when are you coming back for a little short visit and make an appearance in a temple with a flash of lightning? And why would Jesus answer, why would he say, oh, I'm going to come back at the end of this age in 70 AD when the temple's going to be destroyed, and I'm going to make an appearance in the temple and make one last appeal to the Jews? Well, you understand what I'm saying? It makes no sense whatsoever. They weren't saying, when are you coming back for the end of the age? They're saying, when are you coming back to stay with us forever? That's what they're saying. We don't want you to leave. We've never had anybody like you in our life. You are our Lord. We don't want you to leave. And when you come back, we don't want you to ever be gone from us. So Jesus is saying, well, I'm coming back at the end of the age, and I'll make a quick appearance, and you'll see me, and I got to get going again. You understand what I'm saying? They would have no purpose to even say that to him. It's ridiculous. And they try to say that this word aion means, when he says that, look over here in this. Look over here. Look over here in Matthew. Matthew 24. Matthew 24. Verse 1. Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Now the reason they showed him the temple, that was considered the most magnificent edifice in the world at that time. The temple covered, I believe it's something like 28 acres, and this was Herod's temple. We added a lot of levels to it and had all kinds of little places to sit down and little grottos and little, kind of like going through some park or something. And the stones weighed 40 tons. They were humongous. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, where one stone will not be left upon another? And what shall be the sign of thy physical arrival, parousia, coming? You think they're asking him, are you coming back sometime during the end of this age so that we can see you for a flash for a moment? Okay, he's gone again. You understand what I'm saying? Sounds ridiculous. They're not asking him, when are you come back? When are you going to come back like the Flash? You know, that cartoon character. Okay, I'm bringing